Hello and welcome back to part 2 of the series. In the last video, I shared my journey from IT to art. Today, we are getting into the how. I want to be clear, this series is for those who are serious about mastering colored pencils. Because of that, I won't be suggesting school grade supplies. We are going to talk about decent brands that actually allow you to achieve better results faster and the specific resources that served as my teachers. Believe it or not, I actually owned a set of 24 Faber-Castell polychromos before I ever left for the UK. But I wasn't getting the results I expected. I was coloring blindly, unable to achieve that painterly effect for the fine details I saw online. The truth is, I didn't know what layering or burnishing meant. To make matters worse, I was drawing in whatever random sketchbook was available, not realizing that using the wrong paper was holding me back. While in the UK, I began a deep dive. I started following professional artists on Instagram, reading every blog I could find, and devouring YouTube tutorials to truly understand the medium, learning the difference between oil-based and wax-based pencils, which papers to use, and the essential tools required. I invested in the Strathmore Tone Tan paper. I highly recommend it for beginners as this is reasonably priced, has a mid-tone surface, making it easier to add highlights and shadows. This is not too smooth, so it easily holds a fair amount of colored pencil layers. It is not too textured either, so you don't have to worry about your drawings looking grainy. These are the channels and websites that I referred to. They help me immensely to draw along and learn. I'll admit, I started with complex subjects like flowers and birds right away. I made a lot of mistakes and learned the hard way. From my experience, I suggest starting with simple exercises like color gradients and light and shadow work such as spear shading. I'll actually be covering these in the upcoming videos. Once you master those, move on to still life, birds and eventually portraits. Because I skipped those initial exercises, it took me much longer to get where I am today. As I got more confident, I invested in a larger set of polychromos and eventually Caran d'Ache luminance and Derwent pencils. You don't have to invest in expensive sets immediately, but I don't suggest buying cheap, student-grade supplies either. Without the experience or skills, beginners might tend to get frustrated with cheap supplies as they don't layer and blend well, they are less pigmented, not sturdy enough, and hence many aspiring artists give up midway. Buy something mid-range or a good quality smaller set. 24 is a great starting point. This way you don't spend too much, have a smaller set which is of decent quality, and also you learn to mix colors because of the restricted palette. Oil-based pencils are generally harder, more expensive, and great for details and layering, while wax-based pencils are buttery, vibrant, and blend with less effort, which can be easier for beginners. I actually started with oil-based and tried wax-based later. Choosing the right paper is even more important. It needs enough tooth to grab the pencil layers, but choosing a very rough paper might give you grainy results, especially when you are inexperienced. It also depends on your style. I prefer slightly textured paper and also a smooth Bristol paper, while few others prefer more texture. Start with a surface similar to the Strathmore Tone Tan paper that I showed earlier. Once you gain more experience and confidence, you can explore Bristol smooth surfaces or textured surfaces and choose one that suits your style. You need to do your own research and trial and error because what works for me may not work for you. A dull pencil is the enemy of detail. Another tool you need is a good sharpener. You can use a simple handheld metal sharpener in the beginning. Just ensure that once the blade gets blunt, you replace it immediately. Or if you're comfortable, you can use a craft knife to sharpen the pencils. I've also included a link in this video description to a free 28-page art supplies guide that covers both budget-friendly and professional brands of pencils, papers, and other tools that I use. Just enter your email and download it from the link sent to your inbox. If you haven't checked out my Skillshare classes for a structured deep dive, the link is in the description. Investing in yourself starts with the right tools and the right information. In the next video, I'll be diving even deeper into advanced resources and some specific hacks I discovered along the way. Do let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for your time and see you in part 3.